Alrighty, so today we are going to be talking about the upcoming global Dokkan campaign, and more specifically, what I am hoping to see during the celebration, all of the fun stuff, but just kind of give some predictions for what I think would be sort of like the ideal scenario for me. Now, keep in mind, I think that there are a lot of really good options for this, and really, unless they just decide to go like bottom of the barrel, like even below the barrel, right? Like to me, I think that the global Dokkan campaign is going to be a success, right? And it's going to be a hit. I am pretty confident in that. Now, when it comes to content, these things could always vary, but just from a pure like thematical standpoint, where the characters are going to be easy yang, the events that are going to be related to it, this is an anniversary level celebration, and really Dokkan. The last time that I really think that you could say that they missed during an anniversary. Like, I don't know if they've ever missed, right? Like, the closest thing to me is like not counting individual parts, right? Because we could say part 2 for a lot of anniversaries have not been the best. But just like overall for anniversaries, whether it comes to being like, did they nail the headliner? Did they nail the content? Did they nail the pacing of it? Did they get some good easy A's? Did they give out a lot of stuff? That is sort of like the debatable question. And I think for anniversary level celebrations for Dokkan, especially in recent years, this just hasn't been the case where they really haven't missed like in a major way where it's like, what the hell are we doing here, right? Like I said, the closest thing to me, 8th anniversary part 2, 7th anniversary part 2, you could say 6th anniversary part 2, 5th anniversary part 2. They didn't really nail the part 2, in my opinion, until we got to around like the 9th anniversary. And when we saw that with Beast Gohan and then the worldwide download celebration that year, and then the 10th anniversary, right? Like they've sort of figured out their groove for how they want to do part 1s and part 2s. And now we sort of have that idea. So I'm going to give my ideal worldwide download, or worldwide, I'm just used to saying that, global Dokkan campaign theme right here. And this is mainly going to be a Super Saiyan 4 based celebration here that is going to implement the Daima team, and it's also going to give Giant 8 Power the buffs that it is required to have at this point. Because I think now that Daima has been over for multiple months, we can start talking about like, when is this going to be a real team in Dokkan? Now, we went over the way that this team is looking right now with Super Saiyan 3 Goku specifically into Super Saiyan 4 Goku. The way that this character, especially when he works at Super Saiyan 4, just is phenomenal, right? Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? This guy, he is just doing a whole lot of fun stuff. I don't know why the art's not updating, but Super Saiyan 4 Goku, there we go, right? The damage reduction support that he has, the ability that he has to stack his attack and defense, right? Get all this other stuff going. He just works very, very well. And it would be a shame if this guy was over a year old and he was not able to provide this support to a Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? Or something like that, because we just look at what Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku is bringing to the table, and it is easily the most anticipated character that this game can launch right now, right? Nothing can come close to that, in my opinion, right? Because it's like we have everything, right? The only thing that like you could even argue is like remotely close to it is stuff that we're not going to get, right? We're thinking manga things, True UI, Ultra Ego, right? Moro, Gas, Granola, just stuff that we're not going to be getting, at least right now. So it's like this right now, Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku is one of the priority characters in the game. I would say is the release, right? The character that people are excited for. You think back to 2022 into 2023, the major character that people were looking for was Beast Gohan. And when we finally got Beast Gohan, the first introduction of him, it was definitely not favored by most. I'm sure you could imagine why. And then the second iteration of it was very good. So the beauty of the Daima celebration here, in my opinion, if we do go Daima, is the fact that we have just so many options. And really, to me, what I want from it is the Daima team is like a real team. I want Dokkan to basically do what Legends did, in a sense of this game doesn't need to worry about balancing. The Daima team can be the best, and people don't have to be upset because there isn't just like a best team running around just destroying everything, making it miserable for you to play the game like Legends did, right? But what we can do is force a bunch of buffs to that team, right? So the way that it could work is we already have a Vegeta. We need a Goku Mini, right? From like Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 3, whatever you want to do. And I just like the idea of running a character or a setup composed of Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Majin Ku, maybe like a Ku and Do unit, right? Like a support Dr. Arinsu, or a support, like, I don't know, like a Piccolo, or somehow you can kind of like sneak a Vegeta in where he's transformed, and then you get like the funny, like Bulma, like I'm not taking a bath with you anymore thing, right? Like, how can we implement this into the game and sort of get Daima where it needs to be? Because this team right now, it doesn't exist really. And I think that this is just where the game needs to be. So Super Saiyan 4 Goku and then like a banner unit Ku and Do would be like my ideal part 1 for the celebration, with alongside another LR, because this is anniversary level, it would be a GT Super Saiyan 4 Goku or Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta again, or it could just be a standalone Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now, this is how we get Giant 8 power to not only be one of the best teams. How do we, like, I think the goal should be, how do we get this to be the best team, right? Not just how can we make this team good? How do we make this the best team? Well, you start with a 220% leader, right? And then you have one of the top 5 units, best units in the game right here. You have like the 5th, 6th best unit in the game right here. We have grade 8 Vegeta who could be ran on this team, and then we have some other characters like the GT Golden Week characters, and then what we do is we easy A this Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So then we just have an influx of Super Saiyan 4 characters that are going to be in here, and who cares? Like, let's easy A this guy early, right? What does it matter, right? Like, let's get rid of his slot restrictions, let us put him where we want, and he's going to be an absolute hooper for us, right? This character, nobody like dislikes running this character from a visual standpoint, from a fan appeal standpoint, right? From like wanting to use the character. There's nobody who's going to tell you it's like, oh, this character just looks dumb, I don't like him, right? No, it's just he's not usable, right? And it sucks because it's just like this is such wasted potential with his animations, right? Like, let me pull up his full power 12 key. How do we do this, right? I'm not used to using this website. We're trying it for a video. Usually I use Dokkan info, but we're just trying the wiki today. Just has a little bit more stuff to look at, but like, look at the start to the super attack. Like, that's the coolest shit ever. You know what I mean? Like, how do you run this character and not put him, like, have a character like this in the game and not give you accessibility to use him, right? That's where I always get a little bit like, you know, hung up on. So it's like, you have to find a way to make this guy usable, right? And if we have to easy A him early, so what, right? Like, that's kind of how I'm feeling. So this would really kind of push a Super Saiyan 4 celebration to another level. And then maybe for part 2, what we do is we get like, I think what I would want is like an LR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and then the other character would be Goma, right? Or the other character could be the Tamagamis, right? Just something along that level where we just have Super Saiyan 4 intertwined with Daima, intertwined with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and we can just get cooking, right? And if you don't want to do Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, fine, right? Part 1, we do part 1 Carnival Dual Dokkan, like Carnival Dokkan Fest. We get Super Saiyan 4 Goku part 1 for the Dokkan Fest. We get Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta part 2 for the Dokkan Fest, and then the carnivals could be like a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and a Goma, or it could be like a Ku and Do carnival and then a Goma carnival. And I think overall that would just work really well for the game right now. Because again, if we go to Seekers of the Dragon Balls, it's kind of the quickest way to get to Daima, right? Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Seekers of the... I'm not used to the list being like this, but if we look at Seekers of the Dragon Balls, right? It's like, it's our Daima stuff, right? Daima, right? So it's like, this is where we get Daima into the game and we make it work for us. And I think that that's how we kind of get started with making this a real team. And it's overdue, right? Like, Daima's been, it came and went, right? We saw it. Everyone, from what I could tell, kind of started a little bit slow, but had a really fun ending. And there's so much reference material from within the series and within the fights that we can really start to flesh out a team here where we have Daima where it needs to be. So this is what my ideal worldwide, or I keep saying worldwide, but the global Dokkan campaign would look like. So when it comes to events, I think we could get like a Daima red zone. That would be really fun. You know what I mean? Or like a Daima, like how is it, like, I guess a battle harder formidable foe stage we could get for Daima, right? Where we could just go from area to area. And it's like, tell me like a Goma character with a domain where he kind of engulfs the battlefield in like that sort of like you guys know what I'm talking about. Like he had like the rings around like the whole thing, right? It looked really cool. It's like, imagine that as a domain. That would be sick, right? There's so much potential with the Diamond team that we have not seen yet. And overall, I think that would make for a perfect global Dokkan campaign and would finally get us out of this sort of dry spell that we're in right now, right? I think almost any Dokkan tuber or, you know, player of the game can attest to this, where it's like, this is just, it's a tough time, right? There's not a lot to talk about, and there's a lot of just speculation, and the characters that they're dropping right now, people just don't care. And it sucks because you just look at this run here and it's like, you know, we talked about this in a video the other day, but it's like from here, like you cut this off like from this line and it's just like, yeesh, right? Like it's just, there's some good characters in here. Kale Khalifa, phenomenal, right? LRTN, amazing. Tao, really good. It's just people don't care. And you know how we can get people caring again? We bring this guy around, right? We look at this guy again, right? We use the Super Saiyan 4s. This is how we do it. So that's how we're going to get Dokkan back on track here in 2025. I think this still has potential to be the greatest year this game has ever seen. It's not over yet. It's only been like a month stretch here where things have been super quiet, and we can easily bounce back. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know your ideal global Dokkan campaign in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of this concept, and thank you for watching. So if you did enjoy it, leave a like, subscribe if you are new, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of my content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.